this grid. But so far, we really do have some pretty respectable times.
Like, mate, hopefully that's a fix. But I hope everybody can hear us now. But yeah, I think there's been a technical glitch.
Right now? Let's get to the YouTube.
So I'll start again with that. So welcome everybody to the Tier 2 race in Pro League race. Oh no, let's start again. PRL Racing Tier.
Hey, we're Prospects this time. Prospects eRacing.
Prospects eRacing. I'm trying to be the short, smart and be short and so.
Oh, you're going old school on us. Old school.
Proper old school. But yeah, welcome to Prospects eRacing League Round 3 in France. Sorry, we had a bit of technical issue. No one could hear us artistic, so I'm just doing an introduction again. So we're here live in France for the Tier 2 race of the PlayStation, and it's, as you can see, it's really, really wet at the Paul Ricard circuit, just outside La Cassette, near Marseille. A brilliant track, really fast, great for overtaking. It's just one of those days. It's wet, so hopefully the race is a bit drier for the guys. It's pure wet just now, so.
Well, you get a lot of really mixed opinions about this track. You find people that either love it or just flat out can't stand it, you know?
Yeah.
It's not typically too many in-betweeners. You know, this is one of those tracks that typically elicits some type of response from you, you know?
Oh, absolutely. So we're going to jump on with Patty. He's on his outlap. I'm just trying to find where everybody is on the circuit since I've lost where I was. Crew is on a lap, so we're going to jump on with Crew in the Alpine.
I'll stick with Patty. So far, he hasn't had that great an afternoon. This rain is really giving him a hard time. He slid once or twice and seems to have a problem getting those tires heated up. Yeah,
we'll jump on with Patty. He's on his outlap at the moment, but we'll stick with Crew because he's coming into the final sector. And he's just invalidated. Bevo's on a lap, so we'll just jump on with him in the Haas. So yeah, last week in Monza for yourself, Tier 3, and got points with artistic.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was one of the more satisfying outcomes I've had because the league is getting faster and faster. So it's harder and harder to get points, even for guys who have been established in the league throughout its inception. They're really, having to fight for theirs. So to be able to actually get some points, even in Tier 3, I was pretty happy with it.
There's some great racers in all the tiers. Like we started talking about Tier 1, where our sound wasn't coming out, but Tier 1 and to play in PC and PlayStation. PlayStation had a bit of rain last night, but what a wonderful job by the guys. What a great race to watch. V Robbie coming out on top, obviously with time penalties to the leader was in point at the time, but V Robbie putting in another win for himself, extending his lead in the championship.
Race. And it got even more so once that rain came down.
Pipe Pat's in the wall, he's gone! Pipe Pat is out!
Oh boy, Pat is not having a good day. Yeah, this rain is not going to be kind. Do we got Dylan out, or he just decided to come out? Looks like we got a couple people checking out. Oh, yeah, I do see okay, I see the YouTube feed there of Pat hit that wall. That was not very kind to him.
Coconut's going to set his first time, possibly. Looks like yes. Josh Coconut's up to a 142.62. Puts him in the fourth place at the moment.
Yeah, he seems to be holding that down pretty tight.
Cablos, the reserve, he was been racing the last couple of weeks in Tier 3, so he's stepping up to Tier 2 tonight in the Mercedes.
It's looking good. And I don't know if anybody's going to be able to get close to that because it seems like the rain is getting harder and harder.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's tough. It's a tough track in the dry, like you said earlier, but in the wet, it's so slidey. The back end just wants to kick out, get the power down. It's one of those tracks that you just got to be patient in almost every corner.
Oh yeah, especially when you're on the back end and those turns 3, 4, 5, and 6. You back there and that back way there. It's like, oh man, you just want to push it, but pushing it too much, you're just completely ruining your lap time. So
T-Mouse
it's
coming
just
across the line in there. Aston Martin, let's see where he's posted. And he's not any faster.
Yeah, it looks like there's a pretty good teammate battle between the two Aston Martins. They're about 15 1,000ths of a second apart from each other here.
So we're coming down to the final 3 minutes of the qualifying. Toretto is holding the P1 position at the moment. Russell behind him, not far behind. He's only inside the 10th. Well, in thousands actually, sorry.
Followed by Drunken Pirates, Just Coconuts, Matty, Bebo, Arctic Penguin, Dylan, David Boyer, AFS Natty, T-Mouse, Jonesy, Lucifer Shaheed, Pigman Man, Bruce Steamers, Patty Pat, Caballas.
You guys on laps just now.
Savion.
Oh, well done. Cruz just jumped up from, say, was it 14th to up to 6th. A 143.2. Great effort from himself.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, there's got to be some drivers out here that actually prefer the rain. Not everybody shies away from it. Some people actually look forward to rainy races. You know, they feel like how it creates havoc for everyone else, but they themselves seem to have a rail on it.
So far, we've lost 4 drivers for qualifying. So Lucifer Shaheed, Patty Pat's gone. Obviously, we see called that on
Shaheed.
The stream.
Oh boy, Shaheed.
Safian, Sofan? I have no idea. And Podolski's gone. Yeah, Podolski's gone. He was in Tier 2 last year, Tier 3 last year, but got promoted to this year. Not having the greatest of starts to this season.
It's going to be extremely difficult to keep a full grid throughout this race. Like we said, we had clean races on the first tier, both PlayStation and PC, but they did have the advantage of primarily mainly a dry race, with the exception of where you going there? Okay, with the exception of the later part of the race for the PlayStation version. All right, Russell's getting a little wobbly there.
Yeah, we jumped on the Toretto just now to see what he's getting. He was a 10th down in the first sector. See if he's picked it back up. Current holder of P1 for the race. Oh, Arctic Penguins just went P1. Drunken Pirates in P2.
Oh, Russell just hit the wall. It's over. No, it's not. No, it's not. Way to bounce off the wall and keep it together. He kept it on the track. He's still sitting at P4. If he can get back to the, I don't know if he's going to be able to get back. He hits the wall again. Man, what have we got there? That is one tough little F1 there, buddy. In some kind of way, he is trying to wheel and deal this bad boy back to the pit. He's got a minute and 8 seconds. I don't think back in time to get back. Settle on P4.
I don't know if just Coconuts is going to make it around in time to get a lap done. No, I think he's not. He's done. It's all over. So whoever's on the laps now is the last chance.
Yeah, this is it. All right. Oh, Just Coconuts just spits out trying to push it. Oh boy! All right, that concludes that lap.
He's dropped it right out.
He's sitting in fifth. He's not in the bad spot to start the race. He just wanted to climb a little higher. Matty just looks like he might have invalidated. He slid off. Maybe he didn't invalidate, but he messed his time up. Natty's off the track.
Try and find someone that's on a lap. We've got Cruz Steamers is still on a live lap. Oh, Drunken Pirate takes P1 with a 142.1. Two times faster. The Ferrari leading the way, like we have seen in the real life this season.
Let's see. Crew might contend for that. Crew is coming down the final stretch. He might contend for that
Needs a
pole
big
position.
push.
No, he
Needs a
does
big
not.
push. Oh,
Oh.
he's over a second down.
Okay. All right, Crew. Good try, though, buddy. Good try.
Nah, he's still on the lap.
Couldn't get that
You see
traction
what
in
he's
the
getting
end.
up?
Oh, he wound up P9.
Oh no, he's slowing down. Matt is still on the lap. He's only just thousands of a second down.
Yeah, I'm having a look at Cheap Mouse and Matty right there. Both these guys should be pushing it for this final lap. Oh, Matty doesn't seem to be able to stay on the track there. That rain has really got him hydroplaning. Looks like Cheap Mouse slowed up a little bit as not to hit him, so both their laps may be a little bit compromised there.
Yeah.
They're coming around this final turn here.
Team race is invalidated. I think that's us, guys. I think this is your grid for the race. I would say so. So it looks like P1 is going to be Drunken Pirate. Behind him, or beside him, sorry, is Arctic Penguin. For row 2 is Terrell Russell. Row 3, Coconut and Matty. Row 4 is Natty and Jonesy. Row 5 is Crew and Bevo. And that completes the top 10 for qualifying. Oh, I hope it's a bit drier for the race, because these guys, you can see how wet it is and how slippy it is. It's just catching a lot of the guys out.
Yeah. Have you seen on the YouTube whether or not anyone said if the track is going to stay wet this whole time? Because they could really use a little bit of spite on that. Get up a little bit.
So it'll be a Ferrari that leads the way off the line. Will it be in the lead at turn 1? That is the question. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that turn 1 is one of the trickiest ones on the course because, it seems like no one really wants to break. It's almost like you seem to have a little more room than you actually have. You need to be pitting by the time you hit pit lane right there, but so many try to push you to just beyond that 50 meter bar. And if you're not one of the guys in the first 2 rows, you got to kind of slow down a little bit coming down that stretch here. It's going to be calamity.
So we've had a report in. It looks like 10 minutes of the race is dry and the rest of it is wet. Artistic. That is going to spice it up, I'm sure.
Thank you for appreciate that.
So reiterate the thing. So Drunken Pirate, Arctic Penguin in first row, Toretto and Russell to row 2, Coconuts and Matty row 3, Natty and Josie row 4, and Crew and Bevo complete the top 10 in row 5. Whoa. So they get a choice of their tyres for this one, Artistic, because obviously they'll start on the dries. If it is, the weather report is right, you know what Mother Nature's like.
Well, you better pull ahead while you can. Create as much distance between yourself and your opponent as fast as you can, because things can change once that rain hits.
What would you do here, Artistic? What tyre would you select to get yourself the best possible position before the rain comes?
I would probably start in the softs, only because of the fact, typically, if it was a dry weather situation, I would start in the mediums and help to really, stay out there as long as possible. Hope a safety car or two will help me kind of move up the grid a little bit. But in this circumstance right here, I would probably start in the softs, not knowing when the rain would come, to be able to get as much distance and speed in as I can before things get crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think I would start in the softs, and because the softs, when it rains, you can use the softs a wee bit longer than you would be with the mediums. Obviously, you keep the heat in the tyres a wee bit better. Yeah, I think I would probably agree with you. Start in the softs, push it as hard as you can until the rain comes.
There's been one time where I think I took the mediums, started on some mediums where I should have started on softs. And really, it's just, man, the time difference. I end up having to go, you lose so much time because you're going to have to go back in for the switch because you can't just manage it. But starting off from the soft, you get more than enough time. But
Yeah,
it's
so
gonna be
just
exciting.
we'll jump onto the intervals.
The Drunken Pirate starting on the mediums. Let's see what kind of tire combinations we do have out here.
We do have Arctic Penguin on the softs. So the front two are went split tyre. So Matty, Natty, Jonesy, Crew, Bevo and T-Mouse from the are actually all soft. The top 11 drivers, there's only Lucifer and Patty Pattis who went on softs from the back 10.
Yeah, it's almost as if the guys from 12 down anticipate this being a typical dry race where they would stay on those medium tires in an extended time period. But if the rain is anything like they're forecasting, they might lose a little bit of time on those mediums where the soft could keep pace. And I think that may be what Patty Pat and Lucifer is thinking about right now. And we
What's your
know both
predict?
those guys, even from the back, I think both those guys are going for a win. What is prediction? Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh boy. On a dry race, I like right now. I like Drunken Pirate to hold on to his pole position. I like Natty to sneak up there, and maybe even Cruise Steamers to surprise us and get on the pole.
Yeah, they'll be pushing hard to get past because they use those softs to a high advantage at the start of the race. Hopefully, got the tyres warmed up plenty. I'm getting shivers at the start of this one, artistic.
Yeah, and Drunken Pirate seemed to have a really good handle in. It makes you wonder, would he have preferred a wet start? So just because he's pulled now doesn't mean he was the fastest driver in the dry. We'll see how this race starts off coming down this treacherous straightaway.
So, like all the drivers line up. Do you want to start this one, or do you want me to let it take it?
Go ahead and take her away.
So, we're waiting on the lights coming up. Computer doing its thing. Green light. We're just waiting for the lights to count down now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And we're away. Looks like Arctic Penguin got a great start. He's on the outside of Drunken Pirate. We're coming into turn 1. But Drunken Pirate still got the inside line. Oh, and Penguin goes round the outside of him to take P1. Oh, there's a smash in the background. Who's that?
I don't know. Let me go back and look. I have my eye on.
It was Coconut and Russell collected each other at the end of turn 1. Lucifer's jumped up, way up into turns. Bevo, Natty, all fine.
Well, everyone seemed to have gotten through relatively smoothly. I don't know what happened. Yeah, Russell and maybe even possibly Russell. Something happened with him because he's quite a ways back there. So I don't know if he got spin or if he had. He's not having a good start to his race.
Yeah, it looks like Coconut and Russell's had a wee tangle at the end of turn 1. The spin they were in the side of the wall, so hopefully there's not too much damage on those cars. We'll just have a quick scan though. It looks like front wings are probably fine. Maybe a wee bit of rear damage, but let's see how the guys get on now. So we're going to jump back up to the front because we've got battles everywhere, guys. So hard to keep up. Lucifer, Pigman, all in a tight squeeze. Coming in tight to this corner, Lucifer going down wide. Pigman's having a look in the inside, but Lucifer shuts the door. Wow.
Yeah, that's all around. Right now, it looks like Pulaski's making a move on Patty Pat. Even on the back end, down in the 15, 16 spots, these guys keep battling. They never stop fighting. They never stop fighting.
Podolski getting past Patty Pat at the moment in the AlphaTauri. Yeah, better exit. Let's see what happens here. Patty Pat, they're both on the ERS, both pumping it down. Oh, this turn one's going to be fruity. Guys, keep it all nice and clean. Well done, guys. So lap 1 done. So who leads the way? It's Penguin, Drunken Pirate, Toretto, Jonesy. P5 is Bevo. Crew Steamers in the P6. Close behind Bevo. Behind him is Matty, Natty, T-Mouse, Lucifer, so he completes the top 10. So all the soft runners, except for one, has made it to the top 10.
And Drunken Pirate had already lost that spot, and Archie Penguin is doing a really good job of trying his best to fight his way out of DRS, and he absolutely is out of DRS now. And it's not half a kick done yet. It should kick down by this next lap, but they've got to do something to keep him in DRS range before he runs away with this bad boy.
So Crew Steamers just got past Bevo. I don't know if Bevo had an incident because Matty got through as well. Oh, this is great racing, guys. Close racing. This is what it is, a Prospects eRacing League.
Absolutely. Uh-oh, looks like T-Mouse just skipped over Bebo. Good job, T-Mouse, on the pass. A lot of fighting down there in the infield. Looks like we had a little bump between possibly
I don't know if Bevo's got an issue. He's going back. Bevo's going right back. I don't know if he's got an issue. Haas is just not kicking into gear. I think he might be actually ghosted, and it looks like there's a car going through him. Penguin's pulling out a 1 second gap, so he's out of the DRS range now. That's what was near to happen. There's a 3 second penalty for Safyun. I can't even say that name, so if I'm getting that wrong, I do apologise. I blame it. I'm Scottish.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the section here around turns 3 and 4. That's where a lot of people make a lot of passes there, and those guys all took that relatively really fast, and they're coming down this back end. It seemed like just to be able to keep up with the pack, it's a lot of ERS being burned. Ooh, nice pass there by Jonesy. Toretto just passed Jonesy there.
I think Toretto was trying. Jonesy was trying to pass Toretto. I think Toretto kept his door shut. But these guys are all in close succession. There's only a second. Well, actually, all the way down to 13th, to 3rd to 13th. There's inside a second of each other. Matty's just dropped back there, but sorry to sell out.
Yeah, this is absolutely trained, and it seems like every few seconds someone is trying to take a lead from someone. At the closest battle we got. The closest battle seems to be between maybe 3rd and 4th there. Between Toretto and Jones. Nice was going.
Jones is going to make a move on Toretto. He's got the inside for going. Oh, he bumped. They bumped tires there.
He bumped him. There was a little bit of contact. There was a little contact. The stewards might have a look at that.
So Toretto lost twice there.
He lost 2.
I think he went over the curb, so he had to lift off the accelerator, and that gave Bevo the line to get through.
And they sure took advantage of it. The Crew Steamers is right there on his heels. Said, "Hey, you got room for one more."
Drunken Pirate is right behind Penguin. I wonder if Penguin's made a mistake because he's lost a lot of time. Drunken Pirate is going to try to go the outside, go the long way, get the kick, cut back.
Oh, Jonesy took that spot back.
Penguin is struggling. There's something going wrong here. Penguin's obviously made a mistake. He's now under extreme pressure going down here. Drunken Pirate going try to go around the outside, but he's going for the kick, cut back into this corner. No, nice and tidy by Penguin there. He needs to get away because he's right in the DRS range for activation zone.
Well, and Arctic Penguin's on those softs, so Drunken Pirate, it seems to be able to take his time because according to, I don't see where the rain is going to come from. It's looking pretty nice out there to me, so if we don't get any rain or we don't get any soon,
look behind though. Look at the train behind me. Jonesy backwards. It's wow. Well, it looks like Cruz guy. Somebody getting a wee bit feisty in that corner. Behind Toretto, he's going to try and make that stick. He's going to make that tyre advantage.
Oh yeah. That battle for that last podium position has been really heating up all throughout this race. And everything else seems to be clean all throughout.
Jonesy's under extreme threat here, Artistic. I've just jumped onto Jonesy because Bevo's going to have DRS going down the straight. Taking the outside and he's passed cleanly. That's going to hurt Jonesy because he obviously no DRS. The rest of the whole train behind's got DRS.
Yeah, Patty must have had to go in here and Patty must have got hit. because he's down here in the back.
Wow.
4-lap old softs. That's just not something unusual what's happening.
Pirates definitely got getting tasty around Penguin. He's trying outside the comeback, but it's still not happening for him. Oof. Penguin is trying to get away with it, use those tyre advantage, but Pirates just keeping up with him. It's only a matter of time, I'm sure, because those softs will be getting eaten.
Yeah, Penguin's doing a good job of not allowing any particular lines of attack, though. He's not doing the Verstappen move, not shaking around. He's being very consistent, moving around, not opening up any particular offensive opportunities, except for now. Oh, guess not. Okay, way to close the door. Ran out of time.
Oh, Jonesy and Bevo alongside side by side going into turn one. Don't want to do that too often. This is good racing, guys. So tight.
Absolutely.
Good chain. The train is unbelievable.
We need to see some battles up here because we got everybody all clumped together. Really put them about, man. What is it? Wow. I see.
Jonesy to try to break the street, but it looks like Bevo's going to have it again on the straight. Yep. Ooh. Russell with a 3-second penalty for oh, Penguin's gone! Penguin has gone out of the race! I can't even try to get a video of it. Where is he? He must be just after the straight. He's dropped it yet. He's dropped it in the wall. Sector 3, yellow flags, guys. Oh no, Penguin's going to be so disappointed.
Let me see if I can see him here. Right, checking out Russell coming around.
It looks like he's dropped it coming out of that chicane, the slow chicane at the end of the straight to go back on the straight. He must have just had a kick or a slide and it's just dropped.
Oh boy, see that's what happens sometimes when you're racing with someone else. You got these crazy conditions out there that all it takes is just the slightest flick of the wrist and it's over. And it's starting to look a little wetter out there too. Is the rain starting to come down?
The rain is starting. It looks like it is starting. You're well spotted there, Artistic. The sky has changed from bright to dull. The rain has started, so intermediates is going to be the call soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, Sofian just slid off the track, so maybe that's what happened with Penguin. He might have been the first victim of the rain. He might have got some of the first initial raindrops before we knew it was raining. He was already suffering its consequences.
Well, the rain's actually spaced a lot of the guys out now. There's now second position drivers, but
all bets are off now.
All bets are off, you're right. Guys taking it easy through the corners because obviously the curbs are deadly in the dry, let alone in the wet. But this track, because of the low curbs, tires will spin and just get you around.
And from the way things flipped around, it looks like maybe T-Mouse might be in the best position to inherit pole position here, and because everyone ahead of him is absolutely going to have to change those tires.
Cruz having a spin round the long right-hander. He's held it on, but it's lost him 2 places and a lot of time.
Yeah, everyone in the top 7 is going to have to come off those tires. And Pulaski is struggling, and even as he's struggling, T-Mouse is catching up.
I think you're right. T-Mouse could get a jump up to about 4th or 5th with this. He's on the right tire at the right time.
He's going to wind up in first place. Every single one of those guys.
So, the Drunken Pirate will first to get into the pits.
And he's got a 10-second. Let me see. Oh, no, you're right. Okay. That's quite a stretch. T-Mouse is too far back.
He might get up to about 4th or 5th, though. You might be right, though. Just check where he is. He's on the start finish straight. So he's going to start jumping up now. 4th, 5th. Yeah, he's in 2nd.
He's in 2nd. Okay. There you go, T-Mouse.
And his tyres are warm, so he's going to have the slight advantage of a Drunken Pirate at the moment.
But Drunken Pirate seemed to do a really good job of handling this wet weather. He did get pole in the wet, so I think he ultimately got his wish. So let's see how the rest of this race pans out. It's going to be hard to see.
T-Mouse is going to have to make the impact to having the warmer set of tyres a lap older. Drunken Pirate still need to warm his tyres up. So this is the best possible time for Team House to get on him, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And he does seem to be trying to make the time up. He is catching his time up quite quickly.
That was Toretto just getting past Dylan there for P3.
And it looks like we'll be done with DRS probably the rest of the race because it will not be turned on in the rain. And it never seems to be turned on when I need it anyway. I'm telling you. I'm like, what is going on? The DRS broke. I mean, come on here, you know. It doesn't happen very often because, you know, clearly, you know, I'm typically back there by myself having a little bit of lemonade. And,
well, I don't know. That's just because I was like, obviously, I went Tier 3 with yourself. You were in front of me after the safety car. It's just one of those things. Yeah, so it's just the point of being in the right place at the right time. You just got to utilise what you have.
I must have pulled old George Russell on you there, huh?
Just a wee one, yeah.
Hey, he's not such a bad guy after all, you know? Nah.
Well, he showed Lewis Hamilton that he's not here just to sit behind him in Miami at the weekend there, which is good to see because usually team orders would come into play there, but no. George wanted it. George took it.
Yeah, it's been really hard. It's been a really, if you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, such as myself, it's been a really painful season. Really. Did I say really yet? Okay.
Just really.
It's been rough. It's been rough. You know, keeping the faith off. And that's my guy. I just hate to see him lose. I just hate to see it. Just, yes. You know, I'll lose worse, and I hate to see myself lose sometimes. You know?
Cavlos and Coconuts are fighting, come down the straight. The 3-car wide coming in here. Oh, this is going to be tight coming into this corner. It's going to left-hander, but it's going to be high, heavy braking in the wet as well. But just Coconuts gets through. Crew Steamers follows, but Cavlos went up into 13th. Good job, guys. 3 wide going along there in the wet. It wouldn't be me. I'll say that.
And looks like we got a fight right here for 7th place between Penguin and David Boyer. David is holding on to that 7th spot pretty well in that Red Bull, you know, but Penguin's pushing pretty hard.
And Penguin keep a matching pace with him. He just needs to stick around.
We should start seeing that groove develop here. We should start seeing the racing line develop out here on the track. Because, I mean, it's still raining, but it's not raining so much that it should call for racing line.
Yeah,
so
well,
they should relatively speed up.
Toretto's getting right up behind Team House at the moment. So it jumped over him. Dylan's obviously not went away either. But at the moment, Drunken Pirate is pulling away. He's 3 seconds late in the lead at the moment on the lap 10. So it's a long way to go. A lot of these guys have got to keep their concentration. Obviously, feathering that accelerator coming through these bends in the wet. Just wow.
Yeah, we got our first potential blue flag of the day. Drunken Pirate looks like he's about to blue flag. Safran looks like he just passed him up, and now he's headed towards Russell. He's definitely 3.5 seconds up in the race by himself right now, so you need to take the car or something and bring him back home because he's pulling off.
Matt is showing some interest in the back of Bevo at the moment. He's getting it. He's inside the half a second. And Bevo's half a second behind Dylan, so this is going to be a 3 cars, so 4 to 6, all in close contention.
Absolutely. And T-Mouse and Torrento are really going at it here for a second. They're coming around one of the final turns here. This is really typically a really good opportunity to create some distance as well as bring somebody in. If you don't hit that turn just perfectly, you can really lose yourself.
Oh, Russell's out. Russell's gone. Let's see if we can jump on and see what happened. But I think the safety car is out. Whenever we can see the car, because
I know he was on the verge of being lapped by a drunk. Sometimes that can do something to you. Sometimes you're up in range, you're fighting a little extra not to get blue flag, before you know it, you're in a wall.
Oh, savage. Unlucky Russell. These conditions, his track's tough enough, you said it before, but his track's tough enough in the dry, let alone in the wet for grip in the rear, but Jonesy is going wet. So's Patty Pat, though, in the pits. Is Podolski, what's he going for? He's sticking to the intermediates, but...
I mean, this is the kind of race that all you have to do, which is saying a lot, is if you're able to keep your race clean, you don't necessarily even have to be that fast, because other drivers are going to crash, other drivers are going to get penalties. You can keep a clean race. You can definitely move up in the standings here. Oh, we got a safety car.
Yeah, boy.
Is that for Russell?
I'm looking to see where Safian goes past Russell to see roughly where he's crashed. Must have been in the third sector because there's nothing so far. Yeah. He's there, it is. It's on the bend. It's on the long right hander. He must have dropped into the wall there. Oh, that's just savage for Russell.
They're not leaving the cars on the track very long in the court matches right here today. Once cars crash, they seem to be collecting them. Safety cars coming pretty quick, you know. Well,
this day and age, since Brexit in Europe, I'm sure they're melting that car down to sell it again. You know how it goes.
Mm-hmm. We're almost halfway through the race. About a third through the race. And
T-Mouse is in the pits. There's guys going in for different tyres. Or just freshening up the tyres to go to the end. I think that would be more likely. Yep, it's fresh tyres just to go to the end.
Yeah, because you could potentially take those intermediates pretty much this whole 27 laps if need be. Not necessarily at its most optimal racing speed. But right now, a lot of you see the racing line starting to develop. I see it out there on the track. I see several guys already taking it. So it's going to be interesting to see if we're going to continue to get accidents or if things will speed up.
Yeah, well, you see, a couple of guys have gone on the wets. I don't know if that's the right call. There's obviously, like you said, there's a dry racing line up here, but it's obviously, if you're not on that dry racing line, it's going to be slidey. So the guys have gone for wets, but I think they're going to overheat with these long turns and not enough water on the track. But I could be wrong.
Unless they don't necessarily feel as if the line that's being created is the fastest line. So, I'm looking at Natty right now, and he's not on the actual racing line that had been developed. So, and he's on full wets. He's on full wets, not on that line. He seems to be having a pretty smooth time with things.
As we wait for the pack to all catch up together. I think Safian needs to go into the pits and get to the back of this. He's already been lapped, so the race is pretty much over for him now. It's not like the actual real life when lap cars get to unlap themselves, so you're probably better going into the pits and letting everybody pass and getting out of the way of everybody.
Yeah, you spend so much time getting ready for these races, and then by the time not only does it break your heart, but it seems like you spend the rest of your race essentially getting out of the way.
Yeah, it's a difficult sight to see because you never want those guys to. Oh, he's retiring from the race, so he's actually pulling out. Yeah, we didn't want to retire, but yeah, just to get out of the way for the guys to get in. But 5-second penalty for cause of the collision under safety car. Pigman's obviously going in the back of someone, which I was thinking would be Matty.
Was that on Penguin just now?
Yeah, Penguin
just
picked up. No, Penguin's still here. Lap 6. He's in 6th.
I got him. No. Oh, Pigman.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said Penguin. Unless it's Penguin out. Okay.
It's just an accent. It's an accent thing. Artistic.
Oh no, you're fine. Gotta lay your voice, man. It's awesome. From an American perspective, it gives you a unique little added flavor, man.
Oh. No, us Scottish people like David Coulter, we're all about unique and dull.
Absolutely. Hey,
you're not supposed to agree with me.
We'll meet them where they are, right? No, no two people alike. Not even twins. Let's see here. What kind of penalty situation are we? Because they're starting to grow.
Yeah, we'll have a quick scan of the penalties. Well, the safety car's still going round.
Yeah, we got a 3-second penalty on Tintoretto, and he's in second place right now. 3 seconds on Figment, 8 on Lucifer, 3 on Craigie, 3 on David Boyer, 3 on Pulaski, 8 on Collis, and 3 on Jonesy.
But this race is far from over, guys.
Absolutely. Which means those penalties are going to mount.
So the biggest winner so far from lap 13, Dylan up 9 places. That's a great effort. Jonesy's down for 8. I'm sure he's gutted with that. So he's like yin and yang. Pigment's also up 8 places. Lucifer's up 8 places. Crew is holding station at P9. Great effort by him, but I'm sure he wants more from this. It's a great opportunity.
Got some really good candidates so far for driver of the day, and you can take it. If you can look at a guy like Lucifer, who went from who moved up 13 spots, so he's dropping down in the order now.
Lucifer,
like
there's guys are pitting. Guys are pitting. They're obviously the guys on the wets are actually changing their tires back to intermediates. I think we'll just jump on and check what they're doing. Yep, it looks like it. They're actually all going back on the intermediates. They're all on the wrong tire. Natty is the only one that stayed out on the wets.
Only one stayed out there. And pour down too, so I don't know what they did that for, because I can understand the reason to go to full mediums. I mean, to full wets. It's pouring. Looking at it from the driver's perspective.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the car with Natty right now, and he doesn't see a racing line. But from his driver's view, it is just flat out pouring down raining. What did they say? Raining cats and dogs, as my mom would say back in the day, you know?
Well, if you're in Scotland, you just say it's Pashenden.
Pashenden?
Pashenden.
Okay. So I get all them rainy days confused. I'm from California. As they say, it never rains in Southern California.
Well, they say it never rains in Sahara Desert, but I was the unfortunate person to be there the first time in 54 years it actually rained in the middle of the Sahara Desert. As we were out looking at the Star Wars film set.
See, I'm not tough enough to go to the desert. No.
Oh, well, it was raining, so it was just like home. It was just like home in Scotland. It was raining. First time in 54 years it had rain on Sahara Desert.
And really, it's like that?
Yeah.
I picture Scotland very green. I've watched Braveheart too many times, I guess. I don't know.
Very green, very hilly. But we're going to jump onto this because the safety car is in this lap, so Drunken Pilot's going to lead them in. Get those tyres warm. I'm sure it won't be wanting to drop the power too early because obviously the wetness on this track. Anything could happen. Like all these guys are great drivers and whatnot, but they're just got to keep it sensible in this part and get the tyres up to temperature again.
We're all moved up now. Safety car should be coming in this lap.
Drunken Pilot's dropped it. He's left Toretto standing 1 second ahead before they even get to the line. Dylan's the same. You've kept it really sensible, guys. You let loads of space, with like maybe too much space. Crew's been left miles behind. He's over 2 seconds behind Coconuts on the restart.
Toretto's trying to hang with him. But I tell you, Drunken Pilot really seems to like this wet weather. I'm going to have to keep my eye on him throughout the season to see, is he a weather driver or is this his track? Because right now, he has had supreme dominance over this track from quality all the way through the race. There hasn't been any question as to who has been comfortable out here today.
So, Bevo has got a start of a train forming. Behind him with Matty, Pigman, Coconuts. Crew 2 seconds behind that. Then David Boyer's inside his second of Crew, so we just have a quick scan where he is. Crew going a bit wide there. Boyer's going to get a run on him out of this corner, I would think.
Well, I'm curious to see if Natty going to be able to hold that 10th and final point so far. Sitting there being sandwiched between Pulaski and David Boyer. But as we said before, he's the only guy sitting out there on full wet tires. But so far, he seems to be holding his position quite well.
Pulaski's right on the back of Natty. Obviously, those wet tires are going. Natty's struggling on those wets.
Yeah, Pulaski seems to be having a problem himself. Pulaski just took the 10th spot from Natty.
So Natty's the tier 3 champion for last year. Just been taken over by the guy that was in second, I'm pretty sure, in the championship last year. I think he'll have a bit of satisfaction with that, saying, you might have won the championship, but I'm taking you now.
You know, he said, this is huh? But the race isn't over. But it looks like he's starting to pull ahead. So now Natty's got to be questioning whether or not those full wets are the right tires. But
Coconut's getting the run of Pigman coming out of this corner. Bevo is all over the back of Dylan coming along the straight. Oh, there's too much to watch, guys. There's all close racing. Pigman, Coconuts are all inside a second of each other. Oh, T-Mouse is just taking Cavalos.
Looks like Bevel is gaining a little bit of ground on Dylan for that third there.
Yeah.
What's that final podium spot? Dylan is not letting me down easy, and these are two of the few guys up near the top 5 who do not have penalties. Tintoretto is the only person in the top 5 with penalties. Then people start getting penalties after that. But the top 5 have been relatively
Drunken Pirate. What's happened here? Nope.
I think he's in the pit.
No, Toretto's in the pit. Toretto's in the pit.
What happened with Drunken Pirate? That was odd.
He's changing tires. Toretto's changing to wets. The track has gone full wet. It looks like there is puddles forming. This is going to get interesting.
Everyone else ends up having to end up making that type of move.
Nye might have pulled a blinder here if it is going to full wet conditions, because he's obviously on the wet tire already. And
but he's not
10th.
gaining any ground in that tire, though. He's been stuck in 10 for a long time. He actually lost the 10th spot for a while.
But he's not gained any time either. So, what's the chances that if it is going to full wet? Yeah, there definitely is puddles forming. It is full wet conditions now, guys.
It's pouring.
So Nye could have played an absolute blinder here.
Yeah, I would have personally came with the full wets, but I'm not very fast.
Yeah, it's not very fast, but the mediums, the intermediates won't be able to clear the water if it is puddles. So it'll make it very difficult.
We've had a few penalties, but we have not had that many little fender benders. These guys are driving really clean out there, just considering the inconsistency of the track with all this intermediate type of rain. Seems like it'll be a really hard day to drive, but they're actually doing an excellent job. Yeah.
Drunken Pirate is pulling. He's actually loving these conditions. He's pulling at massive time with Dylan. Bevo's in the pits. Obviously, it is wet conditions now. That's another one going in. It looks like most likely going in for the full wet. Yep, Jonesy is going in as well, so this is interesting. I'm going to jump on with Bevo just to check the tyres. It is full wets. Obviously, it is changing. The conditions are getting too slidey for the intermediates.
That's the third person now.
That's 4. There's Jonesy's in as well. Full wets as well. Wow.
But no one near the head of the pack has full wets on. Everyone near the leaderboard is still on intermediate, with the exception of Natty, who is now moved up into 9th place.
Yeah, he could have played. This could have played out. He could play an absolute blinder here. He could be actually up to about 3rd or 4th. if this all pans out for him, the longer these guys stay out, the longer the tires are start going to slip.
Well, as you said, he's behind his old rival Pulaski, and Pulaski is not going to let him by easily. But whatever,
Absolutely not.
he's going to have to earn this. And Pulaski seems to be handling those intermediates quite well.
Well, Dylan looks like he must be struggling because he's dropping at least a second a lap to Drunken Pirate, which seems he's quite happy on those tyres. But obviously he hasn't got spray in front of him or quite a very clear track, so he has a slight advantage. But the conditions are going to be.
I'm not sure if it's going to play a factor in this, but
Pat's out. Pat's gone.
Patty's gone. Oh, Pat. Where'd he go?
It's in the wall. He's in the wall before the left-hander going into the start-finish straight. Safety car is out now. Is everybody going to ping the tyres?
Yeah, Patty never could get comfortable today. Even in quality, he just didn't really, I'm sat in my cockpit and I just can't get my feet right, and I can't get my chair together, and my wheel doesn't seem to be pulled up to the right arm correctly, and just sometimes you just don't feel right,
I feel like that every week. Artistic is as I drive a car.
You know what I mean? You better keep me on a sim rig where everyone is safe outside, okay? Standing.
Second car of the evening tonight, guys. It's been a great race so far. Drunken Pirate is screaming away so far, but I wonder if he's going to change his tyres to go for new intermediates to the end, or he's actually going to go for the whole wet.
I think what I find fascinating too is how fast all of these guys are with very minimal ERS being used. I'm going ERS on these guys, and I'm looking at 90, 87, 78, 100%. It's like, are you kidding me? How so much ERS? And I know it's a safety car, but even when it wasn't a safety car, everyone was still substantially filled in their ERS. But like one guy that was kind of 19, 20, still over 70, close to 80 with their ERS before the safety car. It's like, wow.
Oh man, what do you think Pirate's going to do? Is he going to go in the pits for a fresh set, or is he going to go in wet?
It was so interesting that so many penalties get out, because this is not a track. This is not a track when it comes to the curbs, period. Let alone when the curbs are wet, you typically are sliding all over with Jesus, right? Yeah. So for them to have any penalties with so little wreckage, I'd have to go back and look at this.
Matty, Pigman and crew are hitting the pit lane. Let's see what tyres they're going to jump onto.
Oh yeah.
So they're going fresh intermediates for Matty, crew.
And look. Natty's in the top 5 right now, man. Strategy.
So they went intermediate again, it looks like. Yep. They definitely have Pigman, crew, and Mai have all went intermediate again. Nye played absolutely. He's up to 5th place on those wets. 7 laps to go. Mai's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. Oh, that's it. Ruined for him now.
Oh, that's a killer. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, that's a killer. So when it comes to got 3 seconds on Coconuts, 3 seconds on David Boyer, 6 seconds on Shaheed. Maddie's got a drive-through. Pigman's got a 3 second. 6 seconds on Crew Steamers, 3 seconds on Pulaski, 3 seconds on 6 seconds on Caballas, 3 seconds on Tintoretto. So that plays out so well for Natty, because man, this guy is sitting in 5th place. He's got the wet tires, and 2 guys ahead of him got penalties. So really, right now he's looking pretty. He's looking like he can potentially put himself in a podium position.
He just needs to keep
He,
up with them. That's it. He's just got to keep on. He's got obviously got Lucifer Shahid, but he's got a penalty behind him. He's got a team house that has no penalty, so he's got to keep the folk behind, but he's also got to keep the guys in front close.
oh yeah, and basically laps left. So this is essentially a sprint race.
A sprint race in the roulette is not a sprint race, unfortunately. It's just about being calm and not being overzealous, and don't overdrive the car in the conditions, because last thing you need is a spin or a crash and you're out of the race. You may as well just take what you can get now and just preserve what you have.
The spin would be quite easy. As I look at a lot of these guys as I jump on board, there's quite a few of these drivers in this chair that drive with no traction control and no yes, man, you really got to put a lot of practice in, because one little flicker and you're spinning, especially in the rain. How do you drive? What assist do you use?
Myself, I just use medium track control and everything else is off.
That's my preferred way to drive is medium traction control with corners only. So then you find yourself racing all kind of folks and just hey, well, what's the settings? All right, let me in there, But I find that when it comes to sim racing, this Sports League has been the best racing I've been able to come across. Not only are you racing with really clean and fast drivers, but then even when you're not racing, you're dealing with quality people that actually genuinely care about your life. And, you meet people who you can actually become lifelong friends with, not just colleague sim racers, which is good.
Absolutely. We just have a quick shout out. So if you like what you see, like, share the videos from Prospects eRacing League. We've got loads of tiers from PlayStation, Xbox and PC. We also have an academy for the guys wanting to get involved with us. So it's a really moving and innovative league that everybody can join and have fun and just enjoy their racing. So get in touch, like, subscribe. That's all it's about. But safety car is in, so looks like Drunken Pilot has dropped the hammer, come down the straight already. He's already a second in front. Dylan's getting left behind, and he's left the closest behind him, so it's such a hard one to do. The Pirate leads us into turn one, followed by Dylan, followed by Coconuts, David Boyer, Natty, Lucifer Shahid, T-Mouse, Matty, Pigman, Steve Crew Steamers, Bevo, Podolski, Jonesy, Cavos, and Toretto. Oh no, unbelievable. Bevo's just jumped Crew. Crew's going back. Just jump onto this to see where they were at. They're mixing it up together.
I'll tell you, Crew is inching near the points, but them 6-second penalties might hurt him. But then again, we got to drive through on Matty.
Pigman has went off the track, so two Crews up position. So Podolski's going in on.
Crew's up in the 10th place.
Coconut's getting right behind Dylan.
The Drunken Pirate well, he started off running away with it, but he looked okay. He's back to his old form here. He's got it up over 2 seconds.
Yeah, he's running away with it just now. Obviously, tyre temperature is a big deal in these conditions. You get the optimum of the tyre. Bevo is pouncing people. He's making those wets work, to be honest.
Well, it looks like the battle for the podium, the last two podium positions, are going to come down to the wire.
Nice. The wets look like they've got a massive benefit at the moment. Mai and Bevo, they're both in the wets in the top 10. They are steamrolling people. Coconuts into P2. What a great move. Just caught the end of that. Oh, what's happened here? Matty's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
One second, somebody just honked on my driveway. One quick second. 1 second.
Natty up to 4th place. Wow, what a drive by Natty. On the wets. He's making them work, guys. Making them work. Bevo also making them work. They're cutting time out of these guys. I don't know. This could be really, really good draw and going on to the wets. Just seem to have more grip coming out the corner, around the corners. Nye on the move. Nye up to P3. What a great job by him. We'll be chasing down coconuts. Oh, safety car, guys. Matty's gone. Matty was in the pit lane. How's that happened?
Missed it. Matty's out. Yep, he's out. You know, he might have pulled into the pit and just called it a day. Felt like he had so many penalties.
Yeah, but why would it drop? Why would it pull out a safety car if he's called it a day in the pits? He was in the pits. You're right. Unless he's binned it as he's come out, but. Oh, 5 laps to go.
Yeah, the safety car should be coming in pretty quick with 4 laps. I got 4 laps on my side.
I'm really surprised it came out at all, to be honest.
We're gonna get 1 more lap out of this.
I would we'll have 2 laps of racing, I would think. But Natty, what a great job by him on the wets. Same with Bevo, definitely making those wets work.
Absolutely.
They're obviously the perfect tyre for after the safety car, because they won't need as much heat as intermediates to get up to temperature, but
Natty is showing why he won the Tier 2 championship last year. You know,
yeah,
it's more than speed. You gotta have some strategy too.
Eating my own words when I said it when I was saying Podolski getting past him was getting his payback for Tier 3 last year, but he's like, he made me eat my own words back. There's Natty.
And even driving the safety car in these conditions is not easy. You got your Delta, you know, that thing is always erratic. It's pulling you, stopping you, having you go speed. It's kind of hard to teach that on the raft. All the while when things get bunched up like this, cars are swerving. I think recently we just, let it be known that we can't have none of the Verstappen stuff. So people are giving a lot of folks a lot more room than they had previously been giving. To warm up tires and things of that nature. So, but outside of that, you safety car.
Oh, somebody's wing's gone. Somebody's wing's just been obliterated. Who was that? It's Pigman.
As we talked about, damage on the safety car.
Yeah, Pigman's done it again. It looked like he hit a car under safety car like before. He must have hit the back of his teammate, Bevo.
He's missing both wings now.
Oh no, that's disastrous for the Haas team. I'm sure the team boss is not going to be happy with this one. But the other team boss that may have to make a decision is David Bowyer and Dylan, both Red Bull drivers. Dylan's on 17 lap old intermediates, but David Bowyer's on 12 lap. It's a 5 lap difference. What would you do here, Artistic, if it was you? Would you let Bowyer go and let's see if he can challenge for the top to get the constructors' points?
Man, he's got. I'm not penalty situation. 3 seconds. Yeah, he might as well stay out there with only a couple laps left. Let me see the turn situation here.
There's a five laps old, 5 laps difference.
I would absolutely leave him out there. He's only got 2 or 3 laps to go.
No, I know that. But what would you? His teammate is right in front of him with 5 lap older tires. Would you let David go and see if he can challenge the other guys to get the team points?
Doesn't David? Wait a minute.
David and Dylan are both Red Bull drivers.
No. I was thinking about Pigman right there with no wing.
No.
I would let him race it out. I wouldn't know. But right now, at this point, David's got 3 seconds worth of penalties.
That's what I mean. Would you let David go so Dylan could possibly hold up Lucifer and whatnot to let David still get the maximum points instead of dropping down the grid?
No, I would let Dylan try to see if he can get the maximum point. Because for one, David's already got penalties. We're
Yeah,
only 2 races into the season, so you really can't compromise anybody else's potential championship this early on. We'll let
yeah.
them race it out.
But points mean prizes, and also at the end of the day, the team game for Red Bull would be to maximise that. And to me personally, I think Dylan leaving David go and trying to get that 3-second gap that he needs to maintain position would be beneficial to the team. But the safety car's in this lap, so Drunken Pirate's going to back them up, get these tyres all nice and cushy and cozy to go again.
Where did David finish last week?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
So why is it more important that David have points than Dylan in the second race of the season? I don't understand that. As a Red Bull, you be both as team orders. Why is it more important that one have more points than the other at this point? Considering those are both really quick drivers with championship aspirations. I don't know if you heard me.
I did hear you. I had a stream issue.
Okay, my bad. But
Drunken Pirate's kicking us off again. Coconut's in tow, but Natty's close close with him. He's inside the second, but I don't know. I don't know if Natty's got enough in the tank.
He's held it together all race long. He just got to do it for one more lap, 2 more laps essentially. And he seems to have handled the hardest turns on the track very easily. Turns 3, 4, 5. He seems to just smash right through those bad boys.
Oh, Pigman and Cavos fighting that out. Pigman, oh, he's just spun. He just cut Cavos off and spun him. Pigman, oh, caught that on the end of the stream there. Nice. Obviously had a moment because he's now 2 seconds behind. And Dylan's right on his fender.
Natty is just 0.2 seconds over Dylan, but he's really catching up to just Coconuts, and Coconuts has got a 3 second. If Natty can get a little bit on him, just a little bit closer, he can contend for that number 2 spot.
T-Mouse has just took Lucifer up to P6. David Boyer, the 4th, 5th and 6th. The 2 Red Bulls. And the 2 Red Bulls are in Aston Martin's sandwich at the moment. Aston Martin's behind, all over the back of David Boyer. T-Mouse is getting past. Oh, there's a lot of moving around. He's going on the straight line here. David Boyer getting his nose back in front. I think T-Mouse is going to have to give it to just preserve what he has.
Yeah, Natty came around that final turn a little wiggly and that and slid ahead of him right now. So we got Dylan back in the third part of the podium, and Natty just 0.3 seconds. That seems to be the battle right now. Who is going to get these last 2 spots on the podium?
We are on the final lap of the race, guys, but this is so close between these guys. Lucifer, David Boyer's dropping his 7th. T-Mouse has picked up a 3 second penalty. Oh, this is getting...
Well, and he did so by passing Natty off the track. So I don't know if he can even maintain that position. He should have to get that position back, let alone the 3 second penalty.
We're going to jump on the Drunken Pirate because he's on the last sector. But he's closely followed by Coconuts, to be fair. Lucifer's all over the back of him. Oh, he's just bumped him.
Yeah,
he's dropping now. The tires have obviously given up again. It looks like the rain's not as heavy. It's back to the intermediate stage, so the wets have gone. But Drunken Pirate coming to the start finish straight to win France. I'm pretty sure he's going to wiggle it in into waves to win. Well done. Drunken Pirate P1, Coconuts P2. Who's going to get P3? It comes to the Red Bull of Dylan.
Dylan pulls it out.
Lucifer Shahid. He drops down because the penalty is massively down. Wow.
Great.
Drunken Pirate pretty much commanded the entire race in that Ferrari.
From start to finish. Masterclass race. He drove that race so well we could barely talk about him because he's just knowing racing. Driver today.
Dylan.
Wait a minute, Dylan driver today for Co-Master? My driver today would have to be Drunken Pirate.
Yeah, I think that Drunken Pirate pretty much commanded that entire race. I think I would have to agree with you there, Artist. I think driver today has to be Drunken Pirate for pretty much a commanding race, start to finish.
Boy, that's a lot of red up there. That Ferrari, boy. Ferrari is back. A little help.
So, just to get a final results of the Tier 2 race in France, is Drunken Pirate P1, Conaconuts P2, Dylan P3, Team House, with a great effort after the last safety car to get up to P4, Bevo P5, David Boyer struggled a bit with Natty. Yeah, on the last safety car, really dropped down from their positions before. In 6 and 7, Toretto's P8, since he was in P2 for a while and pitted, never really recovered. Lucifer, with penalties, dropping down a lot. Podolski 11th, Cruz Stevers 12th, Jonesy 13th, Cabos 14th, and I think that's all she wrote.
14. Now let's go down here. Who we got?
The rest were DNF, so.
We got Maddie, Patty Pat, Suffering, Russell, and that's the last one. Dang it. Look like we had 19 drivers on the grid. But, hey, great job. Fantastic driving. Congratulations to everyone who competed today, especially on up on the podium.
Yeah, definitely. It was a great race to watch. Really difficult in the wet, as you can tell, but just, yeah, great racing. Is there anything you want a final word? Because I do not have any of the guys in to get them into the booth, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I've got to run. Got outside. I've got no car right now. He is not an F1, but he is waiting for. I gotta go, but it's absolutely
no worries. So we'll call it from France. Thanks for watching. If you like, you can subscribe the video for Tier 2 France for Pro eRacing League. I'm Craig Speedy. I got Artistic in the background going to get his car. So thanks very much, and good night.